Okay, so let's find out more then about this major international clinical trial. Residents in Bradford being encouraged to get involved. This clinical trial designed to help people lose weight, lower blood sugar levels, and improve overall health. This treatment is designed to help people living with obesity or who are overweight, in people with or without type 2 diabetes. People living with these conditions in Bradford have been encouraged to take part in this trial. Let's speak to Dr Steven Lindsay, who is a consultant cardiologist and principal investigator of the trials. Thank you, Dr. Steven, for being with us today. Can you tell us then exactly what this trial is going to be investigating? Good morning.
Good morning. This is a trial looking at a new agent, not dissimilar to ones that people are probably familiar with. Mounjaro particularly works in a similar way, but is potentially more effective in terms of the weight loss achieved and perhaps better tolerated as well. And we're running two studies in parallel. One is in people who are overweight, and the other is in people who are overweight with type 2 diabetes. And we're looking primarily at how safe and effective this agent is in delivering weight loss and in a tolerable fashion.
Okay, can you maybe explain for us as well in simple terms how this injection is designed to help with weight loss and blood sugar control? How exactly does it work? Is it a simple explanation?
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah, that'd be good.
It basically reproduces the effect of two naturally occurring gut hormones that are involved in sort of satiety, satisfaction when you eat. You know, there are some feedback mechanisms when you eat that suppress your appetite, and these agents interact with those pathways, so they mimic the effect of our normal sort of gut hormones in suppressing appetite, and that's primarily how they work.
Okay. Now, people sometimes hear the words clinical trial and they maybe worry about safety. Are there safeguards in place for this trial?
Yeah, very much so. All of these trials, patients are extensively monitored. There's very intense sort of safety monitoring mechanisms in place. I'm inundated with emails regularly from the study team of any side effects reported in any patients that are taking part throughout the world. So there's a lot of very active surveillance. There's quite a bit of background to this agent. It's already been evaluated in a few studies, sort of earlier phase studies. So we've got a feel for the side effect profile, and it's not dissimilar to what we already know about for other agents like tirzepatide, which is Mounjaro, but safety is very much paramount in this.
We sometimes hear about the cost of these drugs once people are taking them and people getting them privately. If this drug does come to market, can we expect it to be used out there? People, having to pay for it privately. How long before a trial would this drug potentially be available to people?
It'll probably, if the trial's successful, it's due to finish towards the beginning of next year. So I'd imagine it would report within sort of 12 to 18 months of that, once all the follow-up's done. It would probably be sufficient for it to get a license for weight loss indications. These agents are proving to have other benefits and are getting licenses for wider indications than just weight loss, with additional data that's coming on board. And I'm sure that the sponsors of this trial will be pursuing similar endpoints in the longer term. Cost-wise, it'll have to come in at a similar cost to the other agents, because otherwise they won't get an approval from NICE. I think it's important to make the point about these agents is that they're not a panacea. It's important that people eat healthily when they're taking them. There's dangers that if your appetite is suppressed, you don't eat the right kind of food, then you end up losing lots of protein and other things. And it's important that your diet is a good one alongside these. And in the trial, there's a lot of support for that, a lot of patient information around what constitutes healthy eating and how to eat healthily while taking these agents.
And why Bradford for this trial? Is there a reason why you're doing it in Bradford?
Perhaps two components. So the Bradford Institute of Health Research now hosts something called the Commercial Research Delivery Centre. So we're one of a number of centres around the country that are sponsored through the National Institute of Health Research to increase uptake into commercial research trials to try and generate better results from an NHS population. And one of the issues with clinical trials often is that certain populations are underrepresented. So women are often underrepresented, ethnic minorities, etc.
Oh, Dr. Steven, we just seem to be losing your line a little bit there. But I think what you were saying is you are after more women and more people from ethnic minorities. We're just going to maybe try and get Dr. Steven back on a better line as we're discussing this. This is the new clinical trials, which they're doing into obesity research for this new drug. We'll just try and get Dr. Steven back in just a moment. Type 2 diabetes, a significant issue across Bradford. We'll go back to you, Stephen. Are you still with us?
I am, yeah. Sorry about that.
Lovely. No, it's okay. These things happen. So in terms of the people you're looking for then, and the time it's going to take, this clinical trial, is this a big commitment if someone wants to take part in the trial? How long is it going to take? Do you need to be there for multiple days? How does that work?
Yeah, there's fairly regular follow-up every sort of month or so. Some of that is at the Institute. I think some of it can be done remotely, if I remember correctly. But yes, there's regular visits because people need to come up. One of the primary endpoints of the study is weight. So people need to come up and be weighed in a very reproducible way. And a lot of monitoring, some blood tests. Monitoring. So, but the advantage is that you're getting seen by a clinical team. So there's an upside to that for people.
Okay, that makes sense.